You ever see something on a screen that makes your skin crawl? Not a jump scare, not some creepy CGI monster. I'm talking about something your brain knows shouldn't be there. But it is. Just is. This happened in a little town in Maine called Derryville. Yeah, I know. Sounds made up, right? But this place is real. Forgotten, half dead, and buried in snow 6 months a year. The kind of town where the gas station doubles as a diner and nobody ever checks out once they check in. Now, there's this roadside motel just outside of Derryville, the Pine Bluff Inn. 10 rooms, flickering neon sign, and a musty lobby that smells like old wood and older secrets. Place has been dying since the 90s, but Room 6 has a history. They don't rent it out much anymore. Not since what happened with the guy named Eli Barnes. The footage is grainy. Old school, time-stamped to 2:17 a.m., March 3rd, 2019. Eli walks into room 6 carrying a single duffel bag. Looks tired. Looks like someone who's run out of road. He unlocks the door, steps in, and here's where it gets weird. As he crosses the threshold, there's another man behind him in the mirror. But Eli's alone. Clear as day. Security cam shows it from the corner, angled just enough to catch the mirror inside the room. It reflects 2 figures. Eli and someone tall, pale, wearing a suit that hangs like it's rotting off the bones. No face, just static. Blurred out like the tape couldn't handle its shape. Thing is, that second man never entered the room. Only ever appeared in the reflection. Eli goes about his night, sets the bag down, kicks off his boots, pours a drink. You can see him start to unwind. Until he catches a glimpse of the mirror. He freezes. You can tell he saw him. He backs away slow, real careful, like someone trying not to wake a sleeping dog. Then he does something that chills me every damn time I rewatch the footage. He talks to it, just whispers, "You're not real. You're not real anymore." He says it like he said it 1,000 times. Then the lights flicker. For a full 19 seconds, the camera feed goes dark. When it comes back, Eli's standing inches from the mirror, his nose nearly touching the glass. The reflection still has that figure, still smiling. Somehow you can feel it smile, even without a mouth. Eli starts screaming, not loud, more like a whimpering wail, like something broke inside him. Then he does something worse. He claws at the mirror, like he's trying to rip it open. Fingernails cracking, hands bleeding. Just scratching and sobbing and saying that same line over and over. "You're not real anymore." Security footage ends with him, slumped in the corner, blood on the floor, mirror untouched. They found him the next morning, catatonic, whispering one word, "Dad." Eli had been missing for years. Local legend says his father went crazy in room 6 back in '92. Same breakdown, same words, same mirror. Never proved anything, of course. Just a town full of whispers and a motel room that never stays empty for long. They keep that footage locked up now. Staff won't even clean the room. So if you ever find yourself on Route 27 in Maine and you see that flickering Pine Bluff sign, drive on by. And whatever you do, don't look in the mirror. There's a reason some things get buried. This story, it starts in Nebraska. Not the parts with farms and smiling faces. No, this was out past the edge of nowhere. A stretch of dirt road so dead, GPS couldn't even find it. That's where they found St. Elias Church, crumbling under grey skies and birdless trees, long abandoned. Smelled like mold ash, and something old. Couple of urban explorers were poking around, kids with cameras, chasing clicks and ghosts. Thought they'd hit the jackpot when they found a locked cellar door under the pulpit. Broke it open. Found an altar, some rotten pews, and a single VHS tape sitting in a cracked offering plate. No label, just a strip of red wax sealing it shut. They brought it home. One of them, a guy named Jordan, had an old VCR still hooked up in his garage. He said he was just gonna check it out quick. Said he'd film it, maybe do a reaction video. But about 15 minutes after pressing play, he started screaming. The tape begins with static, just that raw, tearing noise, like someone scraping nails across your skull. Then it cuts to the inside the church. Only it's not falling apart. It's clean, new. Every candle's lit, every pew filled with people in black robes. They're chanting, but not words. Not really. It's all in reverse, like someone hit rewind on hell. At first, you think they're praying. But then, their heads start to tilt, one by one, like their necks are being snapped by something invisible. And their eyes? They start bleeding, thick tar-like streams running down their faces. But none of them move. Not even when the bleeding gets worse. Jordan said he wanted to turn it off, but couldn't. Said it was like something behind his eyes was holding him there. Then the camera on the tape zooms in, jerky, like it's alive. It pushes through the crowd and up to the altar. There's a mirror sitting there, and inside the mirror is you, not Jordan. You, or whoever's watching, screaming, face twisted in terror, hands clawing at the glass like they're trying to break free. That's when Jordan blacked out. When he came to, his fingernails were torn off. His eyes were bleeding, just like the tape. They say the footage ends with a single whisper, low and wet. Now you've seen. Cops took the tape. Hazmat crew sealed it in lead and buried it in evidence lockup. But a month later, the precinct burned to the ground. Nothing left. Only thing recovered was a melted VCR and that same damn tape, intact. No one knows who made it. The church records were all destroyed in a fire back in '74. Only clue is a scribbled note inside the tape's case. He's made of static and hunger. That tape's out there again. Popped up in a pawn shop 3 states over. Someone ripped the wax seal and vanished 2 nights later. So if you find a VHS with no label, no name, and it hums when you hold it, don't watch the tape. Burn it. Bury it. Pray it never plays again. There's something about the Golden Gate Bridge. It's not just the fog, or the height, or the cold weight of the wind whispering things you're not supposed to hear. It's older than that. Hungrier. The footage I'm about to talk about. It made its way around the internet in a low, quiet hum. Never trended, never hit the news. But if you know where to look, if you hang around the right forums, the ones hidden behind layers of clicks and dead links, you'll find it. It's exactly 2 minutes and 36 seconds long. Shot by a tourist, woman named Heather. She was out walking the bridge late at night. Said she couldn't sleep. Her phone camera's shaky, picking up the sound of waves below and that high, keening wind that always feels too alive out there. At first, it's just the usual. Lights in the distance, cars humming past, but then you hear Heather stop walking. You hear her whisper, "Who the hell is that?" The camera pans and you see her, a woman in white, barefoot, hair matted to her face, standing alone near the edge of the bridge, not moving. Heather calls out soft, unsure, Doesn't get a response. The woman doesn't even flinch, just slowly turns around and smiles. It's not a kind smile. It's not sad either. It's the kind of smile you'd see on someone who already knows the ending. The kind of smile that remembers you. Then she steps up onto the rail, balancing like it's nothing, arms out like wings. Heather screams for her to stop, sprints forward, but the woman leans forward and just falls. Only she never hits the water. No splash, no sound, nothing. Heather runs to the edge. The camera shakes wildly as she peers over. And there's no one there. Not in the water, not on the rocks, not anywhere. She backs away, breathing heavy, keeps filming like she's in shock. And that's when the real horror starts. Because just as she turns around to leave, the woman is standing at the other end of the bridge. Same dress, same hair, same damn smile. Heather drops the phone. You hear it clatter, hear her footsteps running, faster and faster. The audio warps, glitches, and then the screen cuts to black. That's where the video ends. Heather hasn't posted since. Phone was mailed anonymously to her sister 2 weeks later. No return address, no explanation, just a sticky note on the screen. Watch only once. But here's the part that gets under your skin. People who have watched the footage, they start seeing her. Not in dreams, not in reflections, in real life, always on bridges, always in white, always smiling. Some say she's a ghost, some say she's a loop, a memory, trapped in the bones of the bridge, replaying itself for anyone unlucky enough to bear witness. Others think she's still falling, over and over again, waiting for someone else to take her place. So, if you're ever out near the Golden Gate after dark, and you see a woman standing at the edge, don't call out, don't get close. And whatever you do, don't follow her gaze over the side, because sometimes the bridge doesn't just take people, it keeps them.